Always, always stuck in my head. That's what you like to hear from music artists. When their songs get stuck in your head, it probably means they're making good music, right? Like let me tell you guys a story before I get into the show. In 2000, probably like 13, 14, 12, in that range, I hated Drake. Hated Drake. My boy Casher would forcefully make me listen to all of his music, and after a while, I found myself singing along to some of it, and then I still denied I was a Drake fan. And then one day, I was working security for Drake versus Lil Wayne when they went on tour, and I'm in the crowd. First of all, I'm getting zooted in the crowd because I saw a group of people. There was this kid, he's smoking, and he made it obvious. And I stood next to him like, bro, I don't care about weed at all. Like, I'm not gonna be the one to bust you, but if I noticed you, you're being too obvious, bro. You need to keep that shit down. So he was like, all right, good looks. And I stayed in their section. Every time I passed them, they would pass me the blunt, good looks, and just keep walking. So I'm zooted. All of a sudden, I find myself like dancing, like singing every song, every lyric of Drake's, and I'm like, fuck, I'm a Drake fan. So ever since that day, when you realize that, what, baby? You want to give me a drink of oatmeal? I don't know what that means. Apparently, Nia's making an appearance tonight. So yeah, I realized I was a Drake fan, and I realized from then that, you know, just because music's catchy, it doesn't mean it's bad, and just because it's mainstream, it doesn't mean it's bad, and things could still have meaningful lyrics within the mainstreamness, and that's what I realized about Drake. Now, I say all that to say this: I'm with an artist tonight named SameAsMe, who apparently her real name is Esma. I just found out, which I think is really dope. And I was introduced to her through her sister, who was like one of my first friends in the V Friends community. And I don't know, we just clicked. I really like her music. I like who she is as a human being. We're definitely going to collab in the future. I've just been slacking, honestly. It's been me. I've been finishing my EP. So without further ado, I've been talking way too much. This is the longest intro I've ever done. But let's get into this damn thing. If I could find my theme music. So let's go.
Wait, what? What am I doing? Created a movement, won't ruin what you are pursuing. But I wake up every morning, never yawning. Cause I wake up with the intent to make today my bitch. And I don't need it, you talking, so just shut your lips. Cause I'ma make it, yeah, I'ma make it, I'ma make it, I'ma make it. Lord have mercy, I'ma make it. I wake up with the intent to make today my bitch. And I don't need it, you talking, so just shut your lips. I'ma make it, yeah, I'ma make it, I'ma make it, I'ma make it. Lord have mercy, I'ma make it. This shit is crazy, right? This shit is crazy.
What is up? This is
Hey, I like that intro.
thank you. I thought it was a pro. I was like, what do I do for an intro? Like, I know that a lot of shows just get right into conversation, but I was like, I want to do an intro, like theme music song
Sounds
type
like
of,
dancing and shit.
and it ended up being my music. You know, it just happens to work out that way. Um, so welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I feel better now that I could call you by your government. Now I can call you by your real name because I was like, I was thinking in the car. I was like, okay, what do we talk about? Because this is how I am. I don't prepare at all. Like I especially when I know people, I just
Yeah.
think like, what are we gonna talk about? So I was like, wait a second, I don't even
Well,
know her fucking name.
that's a great intro. But just like Sarah introduced me to you, she introduced you to me and your music. And like she's like this like he's awesome and you have to hear it so good. Like, and then I don't believe her. Like when she said it, I was like, okay, because like I'm like such a hardcore, like, I know my music, and like I doubted her, and then when I heard you, I was actually shocked. And usually when people hype other people up, you're just like, okay, but like, yeah, your rap game is fire. So I was like, oh, this is exciting. And yeah, it was just funny because and she said it for a while. She's like, you need to hear it. And I'm like, yeah, I will, because I don't like just listening. Like I'll come to my like studio and I'll actually I just like, I need time to take music in. I'm not just like a passive listener. But so It was just funny how I was like, "Oh, okay. He is really good. She was right."
You know what's funny is my coworker. I just started working a full time job back in October, and one of my coworkers said he was a rapper, and in my head, I immediately went
I know everyone,
like,
even
that's
us rappers do that. I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
literally like, all right, bro, like, okay. And he's like, I've been doing it for a while, and he's telling me these things he's done, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he wanted to work with my video guy Isaac at Dream District. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's still watching. And I was like, bro, you got to be really good to work with him. I'm sorry, like, you have to be. I haven't listened to your music yet, but you have to be really good. And he was like, just listen to my music. So I did. I was actually mixing a song at work because it was so bored. Hopefully, like, my boss doesn't watch it or something. Um, and I just was like, I just started talking to Isaac about something, and I saw that I sent the link. So I clicked the link, and I was listening to it low key on headphones while
Yeah.
he's sitting across the store from me. And I was like, I'm listening. I press play, and I'm like, all right, here goes nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? So we were talking later that day, and I was like, so I just want to let you know, actually listened to your music, and you're actually pretty good. Like, I thought, when you said you rapped, I just figured you would suck like most people do. And he was just like, yeah, dude, I think the same thing when I hear that somebody's a rapper.
I know. And you know it's weird when I say I'm a rapper, people are like, "You don't look like a rapper." I'm like, "What's a rapper look like?"
Right? What's that
They're
look
like,
like in 2022?
I know, and I maybe because they think well, I was a singer first, so they're like, "You look like a singer." I'm like, "I didn't know singers and rappers look different, but okay."
People are weird. I can't. I don't know how you could say somebody looks like a genre of music. You know what I
I
mean? Like,
know.
we're all supposed to be a melting pot. It's like that's the way music was supposed to be.
I know, that's why I hate genres actually. I hate saying, and I think like you were saying about how like at first you're like, "No, I don't like Drake." I'm like, "I'm an OG Drake fan," but it's cuz I grew up like I love pop music. I fucking love pop music and I love hip hop music and I love R&B. So I love when hip hop's catchy. But then I
Mm,
also need substance, like but then sometimes we don't want substance. Sometimes we just wanna get fucked up and, like, get the fuck out of, like, our head and shit, you know?
yep.
So, yeah, so I'm pretty, like, open, but, like, I have to say when I came back from the pandemic got me back to, like, my hometown for now, which, you know, again, I have to be grateful for, but I did love Toronto so much. I miss Toronto. But, so I came back, like,
Six,
a
six,
bit of
six, six.
a little of a Toronto snob because I was like, when I was getting back in the scene here, I was like, there isn't a big hip hop scene. There wasn't when I left. Like I knew the people and their hype and everything, but it was small.
Hmm.
And then so when I came back and I met new people, I was actually like, I'm like, fuck, it's grown here. And there's like amazing artists here now. So it's pretty exciting actually, because I'm starting to work with them.
Ah. Didn't
Yeah.
you introduce me to an artist? No, that wasn't you. That was so I gotta remember his name. I gotta hook y'all up because he's in Toronto and he's big, big, big fire. He's so dope. Um, fuck, I had him on my show last year, maybe 2020. I can't even remember anymore. I can't keep
Okay.
track of time.
He's like,
But
is he underground in Toronto?
I know he's opened up some shows and whatnot, so I think he's like underground on the come up. He's not
Okay,
like a
yeah,
huge name yet,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
he's
Sure.
so far. I actually want to reconnect with him because I really like. I've in my music career I've relied on features a lot, especially like from my homie Casher. He's done most of my choruses my whole life. That's why I
Yeah.
think my choruses are the weakest part of my song because it's like the newest part that I'm trying to master. So like my album that I released last year was 10 songs, I think, 10 or 11, no features, completely solo. I've
Yeah,
never done that
that's
before. And then I have a 5-song EP coming out in April and that has no features. But
I'm excited to hear that. Yeah, so your last album's the one I listened to, the one Sarah shared. Yeah, yeah. So
interesting.
it's
I'll have
good
to
that
show
you
you some of my older stuff too.
Yeah, and it's good you pushed yourself because that's what got me into rap as I was just singing, and then I got a feature when I went to Toronto. Rich Kid featured on my shit. I don't know if you know him, but
Yeah.
yeah, so he's fire. He's produced for Drake and like a bunch of people. So he's a Juno Award winner and with like Legend League and whatever. Point is, he's really nice and he liked my shit and he featured on it and his feature was the best part of my song. And
Mm.
so I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to bring that to my music. So I totally get what you're doing. And it took me a minute and I didn't think I could rap and then people just loved my rap and then it just kept going from there like production too. I never used to produce and then so many things happened good and bad that got me into production. So one is like
Mm.
producers that don't fuck with me properly or they took my my beats and I had to start over and then also just being mentored by a really sick producer and then realizing that there's like only is it 4% now of producers and songwriters that are like women like something
What the fuck?
well that are like it's like a really fucking low percent. It might be 7 now because I know that there's a project called like the 7% that Track Girl, who's an amazing producer, and I met her, super dope. She has this whole um like movement and company to try to get more female producers. So also when I found that out, I was like, I need to be a producer as well. So it's just like, you know, years of grind and things happening. And then I realized, like, fuck, I'm really good at producing. So
Mm.
all this, like, completely changed my sound and who I was as an artist and everything. And that's where the rebrand, I was like, working for so long in Toronto to try to find the sound and then I think only artists know how long it fucking takes to find your sound. It's like so vague, but it's like
Hmm.
true.
I still
And
don't think
then
I found mine.
no way. See, yeah, cuz we keep evolving. So like years and then I had my album ready and everything and then the pandemic hit. And the
Mm.
rebrand ready and everything and so many artists I'm finding out we're in the same boat and artists got dropped and the all the like the funding was pulled or they didn't get the opportunities like myself. I was like all the opportunities went away because people were just wanting to survive and then also the music industry lost billions in live shows so then they obviously just want to put that all into the artists that are guaranteed, the famous artists that are going to make them their income. So, yeah, as all of this, but I mean, if other people don't realize, so many people got hit, but the music industry and independent artists, and especially touring artists and touring musicians, we all got so fucked. Our
Slaughtered.
income, yeah, our income went away. And that's when I was like, okay, I do need to shift into um like diversifying how I make money. So
Mm.
that's when I did launch last year Same As Me. I released 2 singles that are not part of the album. And then this year I'm going to be releasing the full album and also I'm providing like artist services and all this stuff and I started working with a company out of here it's called 36 and we provide we're like they've become like my family over a few months. It's really crazy, but it's like an artist collective and events company and artist services company and it's just something that not
Hmm.
only do we all need to do as artists so that this doesn't happen to us again where it's just like if the live goes away where it's still not even properly back and Toronto's even shut down again. We have a way to support ourselves, So
Mhm.
that's where I shifted and we shifted and we have a show coming up next week and I'm going to perform at it and it's like an album release party for dope artists out of here and so again, like I think it's slowly getting back, but not
Mhm.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I feel like from everybody I've heard that's in Canada. Oh, you dropped off Instagram. From everybody that
Oh,
I've heard on that's
I
in
found it. Yeah.
Canada, like you are, it's been rough. Like, are you still in the room, or did it just kick you out?
I think I'm gonna see if I got back. I don't know if my phone just
Hope said, "Come back." We are streaming on Twitch as well, guys. Twitch is still going strong. Uh, she dropped off on Instagram. It's still on Twitch. Twitch.tv/what did Adam say?
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm just gonna I think my phone turns off and so I have to make it
She said
not
no,
turn
she's
off.
gone. She's not gone on Twitch. Just saying.
I'm coming. I'm coming back.
She said she's
I'm
coming back.
figuring it
All right.
out.
All right, Instagram. Hold your horses. Yeah, like, so how much different is life living in Canada right now than, say, beginning of 2020?
Beginning of 2020.
Actually, yeah, get on Instagram before I make you answer questions. So
Yeah, yeah.
that way,
I'm
I
just
can't multitask for shit. So I know.
yeah, me neither. I'm like, what? Okay, hold on.
I hope I am drinking
What?
Terramana tequila with a little bit of lime juice and a little bit of agave. So basically a margarita, and it's delicious. It's the Rocks
That sounds
tequila.
amazing.
If you haven't tried it, it's pretty good. And I don't really drink, but like when I drink, I usually always feel like shit the next day, and this doesn't make me feel like shit.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you make your phone not turn off? Like the screen.
Oh, your
Oh,
screen
oh, oh.
tap?
I think I found it. Auto lock. Never.
Never
And
lock.
never. Okay, there. And I'm back. And now how do I get back in?
All right, now I just gotta invite you back.
We are learning. We are learning.
Oh, there you are. I was gonna say it's not saying you're here. Instagram's.
I'm
was trying
back.
to-
Sorry. Like auto locking on me and there.
By the way, I don't know if you did this on purpose because your sister knows me, but
What?
did you wear an orange hat on purpose?
No. I just
Okay.
did my whole champion gear today. Why?
Okay.
Is
All
this
right.
your thing?
Orange is my shit. Like the only reason I have this is because I have a camera. I'm on my webcam right now because my camera's getting repaired, but there's something coming when I get the camera
Oh,
back. And
dope. No, it's
this
just
was
it was the universe, I guess.
this was a bright orange for my background because that's my shit. Orange is everything for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I was like, okay, I have champion everything down to my fucking slippers, yo. My
That's
fucking
hilarious.
slippers are champion. So I was like, I want to be comfy and so.
Your sister said, "Can you hear me, Esma?"
I cannot multitask. Okay. Okay, so in Canada versus I turned off the news a while ago when I wanted to jump out the window at like due to like fear inducing, the news only spews out fear. So, I mean, I know that in Alberta versus Toronto, it's more lax because of first of all, we have a way like the government here is more lax. Also, there's way less people, even though like the rates of COVID are very high. And I know there's a shutdown again in Toronto, which I feel for like all my friends with their businesses and with the artists there. Also, I was talking to people in LA last week, and it seemed like they were way better off than us, and things were open and they were out and about. So I think different parts, like every province is different here in that regard. And I was just focusing more on like Toronto here and LA because I'm like wanting to travel to Toronto, wanting to travel to LA. So what about you? How is it where you're at?
I think it's about to change drastically. I do. I
For
feel
the
like
better or for the
no.
worse? For the worse.
Yeah, like Boston just put a whole bunch of mandates in. They're talking about they've been like teetering shutdowns since, since we opened up. It's like
Yeah.
it basically destroyed my small business, and I've been rebuilding it since then.
Fuck
Like my
yeah.
CBD business, we were doing between $20,000 and $30,000 in sales a month before the pandemic.
Shit. That is
Pandemic hits, we're doing like 3 to 5 thousand.
damn.
It's
Yeah.
it's such a big difference. Like the
Yeah. Yeah.
malls, just because we were in mall kiosks, they never
Right.
made it back fully. Like malls just never fully made it back.
Yeah. Malls are dead.
And dead. I
Yeah.
mean, one of the malls we were at is one of the top performing malls, and it's just not even close to what you need to be a successful business. Like before the pandemic, great. After, barely
Yeah.
breaking even, losing $1,000 a month. Like
Yeah.
it started adding up, and I had to get out, unfortunately.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I know my family, they run their own business and it's the same thing. It's like really, really tough. The government here has tried to give like back to people that have lost, but it's doing like uh I don't know. I don't know what the fuck, like they don't have enough people, I don't think, cuz so many people are still waiting on money from over a year. Like not everyone's gotten their money for like
Mm.
government help, and I don't know if they just don't have enough workers to go through all the paperwork. I don't know, so it's like a bit of a shit show. Is there like subsidies and stuff like that for businesses there, or
I mean, they had the PPP loan. Um, we got 2 rounds of it. So the first round, we got 30,000 and used it all on our employees. Like, didn't
yeah,
take any of it. And then the second round, we got like 20,000, and we split that between us
yeah,
because it was kind of like part of our breakup as a partnership. Like it even that's how bad the pandemic was. Like it
yeah,
put so
yeah,
much stress, it destroyed like our partnership, it destroyed the business. I had to go on my own, like
no,
crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy what it did. And more like the shutdown, not the pandemic, like cuz I don't know. I try not to get too much into it these days because it's like such a controversial thing. Like I post some of it on my story once in a while because I'm like, I have a hard time not, because I'm like, I've always been somebody who needs the truth. I
yeah,
don't care what the truth is. I just need it.
yeah,
Like I don't care if it hurts my feelings. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. Like I just need the truth.
yeah.
And when I feel like I'm being lied to, then I dig deeper to find what the truth really is.
like
And
like like where COVID came from, or even after.
all of it,
Yeah, yeah,
like I was called a conspiracy theorist for believing that it came from a lab. And now it's confirmed that it came from a lab. Like I was a conspiracy theorist for saying that, like they were saying if you're vaccinated, you can't catch COVID. They've obviously backpedaled on that now because it's not true. They were saying if you get vaccinated, you can't get COVID. If you get vaccinated, you can't die. Well, that's not true either.
so they were saying that? I didn't even know that. I knew that
Yeah.
if you get vaccinated, you can still catch it and you can still die, but
And
there's like the chances.
you get antibodies, so it
Yeah, yeah.
protects you,
So then
like so
you're yeah.
it's the same thing as like, but if you get COVID and get antibodies, there was a study with like 2 million people or something like that in Israel. Joe Rogan's talked about it a few times, where they tested the antibodies of people who got COVID and the people who got the vaccine, and the vaccine antibodies wore off a lot faster than the natural antibodies because, like, surprise, surprise, we have a natural immune system that that works pretty well if you like do the right things for it.
Right.
And they said it lasted 6 to 13 times longer too. Like it was six to
The
13 times
people that
strong.
got that
COVID.
got the vaccine,
People that got
like
COVID
that
had
one,
6 to 13 times stronger antibodies than people who got the vaccine.
who got COVID had. Oh, so you're saying the vaccine in this study didn't work as well as nothing
Right. It
in that
didn't it didn't
study.
not work, it just didn't the natural antibodies you get from it were
Right.
more effective and stronger against fighting against it than the
Okay.
vaccine were.
I'd have to, yeah, I didn't hear about that. I stopped
Which
like that for specific one. If you could send me that, I'd like to read up on it. Yeah, it's a really tough. I have friends that are scared still of the vaccine,
Same.
and there's people that don't take it and don't want to, and that's their prerogative. Because that's why you get tested if you have it or not to for the safety of everyone. I personally I got the vaccine. That was my choice.
Hmm.
But I also know that the government does and says things that's going to help the government and not going to tell the truth if it's going to cause chaos or it's going to cause, like, we already know this stuff. We already know, like, if we want to go back to 9/11 and say conspiracy theorists, when we have actual journalists fact checking and all that stuff. So I mean, I come from a background of, like, my dad's a political journalist, so um and, like, I'm I'll just say I believe in aliens, so am I crazy? Like like, they came out and said, and people still think, like, "You're crazy and you're this." I'm like, "But they actually came out and said there's other life," and it's not like these little green things, but, like, if you don't think there's other life with our vast fucking universe, like, the chances scientifically of that are there. So, like, trust
Hmm.
me, I get it. But yeah, I think everyone has a choice, and it's just like the overall of keeping everyone on, we all live on this planet. So the overall is like, how can we all be safe while all feeling that we have, you know, our right to choose what we think is best for our bodies. It's really tough.
I'm pro-choice on everything. Like I always
Yeah.
tell people, like, if I wouldn't want my significant other to get an abortion, but if she wanted to, it's her body. You know what I mean? I'm not somebody that's gonna be like, you can't do that. That's against the Lord. Like, I'm pro-choice on everything. It's not my body.
I'm
I can't tell you
Yeah.
what to do with it. You know
I
what I
I
mean?
I still can't believe that men are trying to govern women's bodies to this day.
Yep.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And
yeah,
every circumstance is so different in that too. Like, there's so many circumstances where I know of certain people that have gotten an abortion, and that was for the better. Like, it would
for
have
for
probably
them,
been
for their life.
for their potential kid, like, you know what I mean, like, for their life personally, it would have maybe been another kid in the system, or like welfare, or just like not in a good situation and just in a toxic environment, just not good. And then they have kids a bunch of years later with a family, and like it's a healthier relationship, and now it's all good. And it was like a good thing that they did not have that baby.
Yeah, then that was the choice of the woman, is the
Yep.
point.
Yep.
So, yeah, trust me, I feel like I'm controversial because, like, I'm an Arab woman doing music, and I'm, like, pro-choice, and I'm pro, like, LGBTQ plus. I'm pro, like, all. I support. I'm an ally. Like,
Same.
I'm a spiritual person, but I also, like, I choose what I believe in.
Mhm.
And I just think that's why my name is this, even, like, same as me. We're all the same. We should all be treated the same, and we're fucking not treated the same. And I'm not gonna live to see it. But if if I can make a
Preach.
fucking small difference, I fucking will. And I don't care. I don't care. And, like, um for me being an Arab woman doing what I'm doing for the traditionalists, it's like, this is not what women are supposed to be doing. They're not supposed to be musicians. They're not supposed to be free speech and open about their sexuality, or open about pro-choice, or open about um you know um all the things that I believe in, that a lot of us believe in. So, I
Mhm.
mean, the fact that I even have to say that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. It's still,
A stigma almost.
yeah, and it's still like, I don't even meet other artists that, like, are Arab women. Like, even when I meet, like, Arab guys, I'm like, wow, oh, we're both Arab artists. Like, it's odd that our community doesn't have, like, it doesn't support the arts as much. And there's still people out there that are, but it's more, it's still traditional in the sense of like, go do something that's going to guarantee you money and guarantee you success. And that's
Mhm.
awesome if that's what you love to do. And this path is fucking hard. It's hard to be an artist, but what people don't get is that we're not choosing to be artists. We're not like, why would I choose this really difficult path that's really, it's not easy to sing, it's not easy to produce, it's not easy to rap, it's not, I'm not a child prodigy. And regardless, those people still are really like workaholics and everything. And you see what happens, what usually happens to them. It's like in our blood, and people that don't have that kind of calling, they don't get it.
Mm.
So like that's been another thing that's really hard. And I'm like proud that I am like this, and I'm proud I speak out, and I'm proud that I went and continue to do, no matter what obstacles, no matter what people say, I'm going to keep doing my art.
You should. And it's good to like hmm, having a daughter is life changing because you realize like I just have listened more keenly to women since I had a daughter, you know, and the problems that I see that you're talking about right now are literally across the board. People that are in you know, Australia, people that are in Canada, the US, all different ages, heights, sizes, it doesn't matter. Like everybody's talking about the same thing, and it makes you realize like, oh, that's a major problem, and I don't want that for my daughter.
You're
Like
right. I
I
shouldn't just say you're right. It's because we're living still in a patriarchy, and even hip hop music or music in general, where the women are put out in front, and then who's right, like I didn't again know all this until I learned it, but it's slowly changing now. But the songwriters behind these women and the managers behind these women and the producers, they're all men. Men are writing songs for women to go sing. Like it's it's crazy. Like you'd never have um a certain ethnicity play another ethnicity, unless we're talking about back in the day, which is like ridiculous. So why are we having men write certain songs for women from a women's perspective?
yeah, it's a little
And
weird.
the majority, it should be 50-50. I'm not saying that there aren't, I work with amazing songwriters and producers that are guys, but the guys seemed, not all of them, like I said, my mentor is a male, like my main mentor, but um I saw and I see a lot of the guys pull up the guys, and I don't see the guys pulling up the girls as much. Like there is, again, like there's Wonder Girl, and she got mentored by Boy Wonder. So I'm not saying, there's a lot. There's examples, but it's not enough where it's like 50-50.
Right.
And then the women that are finally fighting through, I know that they're going to like pull up their sisters, but it's even harder because they already had to fight through, you know?
Mm.
So, I mean, I think again, things are changing, and but it's so slow.
Yeah, that's unfortunately change is like the slowest thing because it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. You know, like people are uncomfortable changing where they get their coffee in the morning. Never
Yeah.
mind, you know, like who they perceive as, you know, the ones in power. You know, it is very patriarchal, and I do think that it's a little weird that guys write songs for women, especially if they're writing like songs about sex. It's a little weird because like how do you even know their perspective? It's got to be like I think
You
about
you
that
have
sometimes like
you have no idea how many songs are just written by guys, and it's like for young teenage girls.
it's
Like
so
I'm not
weird.
saying there aren't, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When I found that out, I found it very weird. Like why wouldn't you get it even if it's with another woman? It's like just men are writing them. I found it weird
Hmm.
when I found out. So now again, things are slowly changing. We have like I already told you about the 7% us, and then We have Alicia Keys has She Is the Music.
What's
Um,
that?
so that's another organization out of this. That one's out of the states. I think they're both out of the states, but they still support Canadians. Where it's trying to get again more female artists, more female producers, songwriters. So that's another one. And then in Toronto, we of course have Honey Jam, which I'm an alumni of, and it's an all female concert and like artist program. What else do we have? Anybody who's listening? Oh, there's Girl Connected, and that is originally Canadian, but they expanded this year to the States as well. And that one is for to get women in the roles of like executive positions. So there's a lot of programs available, and a lot of everyone behind it are women, which is amazing. Um, but
It's just taking a long time to get here.
like programs are great, but like if yeah, like you have to change it from like the yeah, it needs to change. It needs to change more drastically, and it needs to change from the top. Right
So
now it's yeah.
do you think that so I do think that's a valid question, Matt. I think you're trying to be funny, but I do think it's a valid question. Do you think that there's more women artists that have writers than there are male artists? I kind of don't think so. I
No,
kind of think it's about the same. I think everybody kind of just has writers.
not everyone. Like Adele writes her own stuff with her piano player.
All of it?
I believe it's just her and her piano player, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
I didn't look at her last album, but I know all the other ones. It was literally Adele, and then with her, and then her piano player. She doesn't play the piano. Also, Taylor Swift writes all her own stuff, and she helps produce. There's a lot of um, I'm talking about there are artists that they'll help songwrite, but they'll bring in songwriters, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I know Rihanna, she helps songwrite and she's songwritten, but a lot of the songs are brought a lot of my favorite songs of hers were written by other people, but it's an art for her to perform it and for her to bring to it what she brings. That's a whole other art. I'm not against other artists using songwriters.
Yeah.
And even like we know, like with rappers, we know Nicki Minaj writes all her own shit, and we know Cardi B says she's gotten her raps written by others, and she's written, but she admitted it. She's like, I think the way Cardi B raps is so fire that I don't care as long as it's not like a flex. It's not. She's truthful about it. Like
Kasha, that's what she said. She said Cardi doesn't write her songs. She said Nicki writes all her own songs, but Cardi has said she does not.
yeah, that Cardi said it, not me. Like she straight up in an interview is like, I don't claim to write all my raps. But Nicki
Wait,
straight up
what?
was.
Her
Where are you
husband.
seeing these questions, or do you only see them?
No, so if you're on StreamYard to the right, it'll say comments, and it's the comments right there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Her husband rapes kids? What? Who's
Oh, I think she's talking about Nikki.
wait,
Something about her husband has had. I don't really look into the past of their partners or whatever.
I know her husband's on some like gang shit. Oh, Offset. Offset's raping children. What? What are
No,
you speaking
Offset, I
about?
think wrote stuff. Sorry, what? No, it's okay. I see some stuff now. I don't get into personal. I really try not to.
Me
Obviously, I
either.
see the headlines and stuff, but I more care about people's music, unless they're like R. Kelly or something where I like completely cut off all his. That's a whole other situation where like I don't listen to him at all. But in regards to whose partner did what, like I don't have. I'm talking about songwriting chops right now, and
It's
rappers and stuff.
it's sad because R. Kelly made me believe I could fly. and now I don't even want to listen to that music anymore. It sucks.
I know, and like boycott R. Kelly. Oh, my
Y-
phone's
Is he
gonna
in jail right
die.
now? I hope so.
I hope so. I don't fucking know.
I'm a,
I don't. I really
my
try to X out all that like stuff. Like I keep up with things because I am an advocate, but at the same time, sometimes I guess just too much. You
Matt,
know?
why are you just naming female rappers? Are you just naming dope female rappers? Snow the Product, we open for her. Remy Ma, super fire.
Fucking love them.
Snow the Product,
He is in
super
jail.
dope.
Oh, good.
Good.
I'm like,
Cheers to R. Kelly being in jail.
yeah. I don't.
Busy bee.
Fuck. Next time I'm gonna get alcohol, and I need to plug my phone in. Damn it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna say that's next. Your phone's gonna die for Instagram. It always
It
happens that
is.
way.
It is. But I will get a plug-in. I'm trying to think if there's one here.
List.
Oh, I might have one. Okay, hold on. I might have a plug-in.
Hell yeah. Who did I hear the other day that was super fire? Fuck, what is her name? I'm so bad. There's been so many
Toronto
artists.
artist or Canadian or
No, no, no. It was a female artist that I was just like scrolling through reels because I do that shit way too much. And she was super fire. What the fuck is her name? Is
okay,
it
I plugged it in, so hopefully it's good.
Herbie? Queen Herbie? I don't know. Something like
Mhm.
that. I don't know. She's super fire though. I definitely hit that follow button because
Oh,
I don't know, something about
that
her
song was
style is just different. Just like your style is real different too. I feel like when I
thank
listen
you.
to your music, it's
I'm excited for you to hear album stuff because it's different.
mm,
But I appreciate you liking those two songs. Yeah, I came out like the first song was like R&B, and I'd say it's more R&B, and then the second one's more like popish.
yeah,
But like I feel like my album's hip hop. So I'm excited to start releasing. Yeah.
yeah. Spagucci, she is a rapper. She's like a. We were talking about this earlier about like not liking like well, why do you have to just be a hip hop artist if you sing and do everything? Like why can't you just be an artist?
I know I just want to say I'm an artist, but yes, I'm an artist, but yeah, but people like to know what you do. Like they get like I songwrite and I produce all my own stuff and I sing on all my own stuff and I rap. Like I
Can,
think people appreciate that, you know?
can, can we put you on the spot right now and make you play a song? You got
Oh,
to send me.
play a
Yeah.
song. Yes. Okay.
Well, so you could send me the link and I could play like the full like HD version of it.
Oh,
So
that'd
that
be
way,
fun. Okay,
so
what? Like should I just send just right? Like the video?
you could do that. You could do
Because
maybe
then
a
people
song
can
off your
watch.
album that you think is you want to preview.
Oh,
I
an
don't know.
unreleased.
Ooh.
Ooh. I feel like okay, yeah, I'm gonna perform an unreleased song actually.
Oh,
So at in a week.
I
So
thought you were gonna do it
maybe
right now. I was like, all
well
right.
I could do okay, I could do an acapella verse. I could do an acapella verse, but I can also okay, hold on. Let's do an unreleased song that's gonna come out later this year. How about that?
Ooh, I like it.
Okay. Let's do I so what if I give you like a SoundCloud link?
That works. Yeah, I can play a SoundCloud link. Just send it through Instagram.
Okay.
I'll hop on. Oh wait, you're on Instagram.
Well, I can through my computer, yeah.
Oh yeah. I forget that.
Okay.
I say I forget that as I'm going to Instagram on my computer. Big dumb. DT77 Pros. Are those my headphones or hers? Are those what kind of headphones do you have?
What am I wearing right now? DT990 Pro.
Ooh, she said you were wrong, bro.
I buy things and then I know they're good, but then I forget what I have. Okay.
Woo. He's usually always right about that. He's very, very he's very, 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 very smart about that. Actually, are you done with school now, Cash? He went like this motherfucker's already gone to school for like
Oh,
produced
that's
for like
sick. We need
we've
to
been
get
making
there.
music since 2005. 6,
crazy.
somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Crazy. So he'll be a good judge of my.
Ooh,
Okay, we're
Casher
gonna
said the
do-
770s are better.
Are they? Okay, send me a pair.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, June 2023 is graduation. All right, bet. Well, that'd be fire if you graduate on your birthday, bro.
Where is my popular tracks?
I got 2. You got to pick them up, though. I live in Puerto Rico. You don't live in Puerto Rico. If you lived in Puerto Rico,
He has
I'd,
2.
I'd be in Puerto Rico.
Okay, is this it? This is it. It's private. We're going to copy the link. We're going to send you a private link. Okay. Can you tell how I can't multitask at all? Okay.
Your sister calls me the king of multitask because, like, I'll send out a tweet mid-show and nobody will notice.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I'm trying to like listen and talk and send you a private link. And okay,
She's
okay,
like, this isn't working. This isn't working. I can't. Which way is up?
okay. So this is gonna be this is unreleased, and I'm performing this next week on the 29th for actually Indecisive and Moses the Prophet. They have a dope album that is their album release party, and we're putting it on the company I work for, 36. So holla at them. So I'll be I think I'm gonna open my set with this song. And it's called Mrs. Van Gogh. I don't know how you want to.
I may be brand new, but I paid my dues. So my point of view, I will unscrew. I heard an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Better blind than to see with eyes unkind. You can search, but like you will not find. I am one of a kind. You have been declined. Let me rewind. You have been declined. Don't like it, let me watch it. You can kiss the behind. Mrs. Van Gogh, yeah, I'm a psycho. Don't make me go soprano on you. Why is your face looking Picasso? If you give me side eye, I'm about to beg you. Mrs. Van Gogh, a genius psycho. Not liable for broken torsos. Why is your face looking Picasso? Give me side eye, I'm about to beg you. Eye on the prize, I is the prize. Run DMC, laces untied. I don't do that compromise. I'm brand new, you a franchise. Are your followers? Get baptized. Go to church. Worship I is the prize, I is the prize. I'll say it again, I don't do lies. Mrs. Van Gogh, yeah, I'm a psycho. Don't make me go soprano on you. Why is your face looking Picasso? If you give me side eye, I'm about to beg you. Mrs. Van Gogh, a genius psycho. Not liable for broken torsos. Why is your face looking Picasso? Give me side eye, give me side eye. These bitches be so feeble, needed me to breastfeed them. Piss me off and I'm lethal, have you crawled up in fetal. Don't fuck with my peoples, I know my fate. You a pawn and I'm a checkmate. I'm a resort, you a super A. You a McCain cake and I'm creme brulee. My level is 4 season, bitch, you always out of season. My worth is Elizabethan, you a penny stock depleting. Mrs. Van Gogh, yeah, I'm a psycho. Don't make me go soprano on you. Why is your face looking Picasso? If you give me side eye, I'm about to beg you. Mrs. Van Gogh, a genius psycho. Not liable for broken torsos. Why is your face looking Picasso? Give me side eye, I'm about to beg you. Who does this bitch think she is? Mrs. Van Gogh, oh, 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 oh. Mrs. Van Gogh, oh, 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 oh. It's Mrs. Van Gogh. Don't call me by my real name, bitch.
I'm sorry for calling you by your real name. I'll never do it again. That's funny, Kasha. You keep saying the guy behind you, it's her sister. Well, first of all, Sarah, why haven't you come to say hi? First of all, hello. Where's the guest appearance for Sarah?
Oh, she's in the corner. It's because she's not ready.
You can't just creep in the background and not expect to be called up.
Poor Sarah. She was called a guy.
To be fair, she's like this small on your screen.
Yeah, I know.
So almost as small as Kasha's. Never mind.
About the guy. Who is he talking about? Tupac back here?
You know what's crazy is I didn't even realize I was a Tupac poster until right this second.
Wow. He's like, well, I'm glad he liked the song.
Yeah, that was dope.
It's a
You-
ghost. I'm frightened. I'm frightened, right? Don't.
yeah, I was wondering that. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. I was wondering that too. Where you get your beats at? Oh,
So
you
that one
made
was
that.
that one was uh, um a collab with my like mentor, business partner, producer, awesome person, Roy Hamilton the third. But my whole album, I think two of the songs, um, this one was a collab, and then another one was his, and the rest are mine. And then he just executive produced it. But yeah, I produced pretty much my entire album, so I'm so excited for people to hear it. But like
It's
it
so
has that vibe.
it's
Like
so funny because I was listening to your verses and they were like 12 bar verses, right?
they're short.
Dude, mine have been like 24s lately, and it's all Casher's fault because he's made like all my beats of this next album that I'm releasing. They're all his, and every fucking even he said it. I sent him a song. He's like, "Oh, long ass verse, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you fucking made the beat. It's a fucking long ass verse."
I feel like I made all the songs really short. But I didn't even mean to. It was just like how I felt. Like I'm like, okay, it's good. I always want the you can still have long verses and it be fucking fire, but I don't know. I feel like I want to switch it up, switch it up, switch it up, you know? And people's
Mhm.
like attention spans, maybe my
Super short.
attention span.
So wait, did you engineer that yourself, or was it like a collab between you and your mentor?
So that specific one, that one's like so old because so I wrote that one to another beat and then that producer like ghosted me. And
Oh,
so yeah, so then I had this dope song and then this my mentor, I was like, "Yeah, I want you to like let's redo this." And then we sat down together and I was like I showed him like a sound I had that is a guy, if you hear him at the beginning, he's like Falahi, which is like one of the like so a Durdabeki, I have one in the back, like a Doombek drum, like an Arabic drum. I had a
ooh,
bunch of the sounds in my computer. And then I was like, yeah, let's use this sound. And then he's like, oh, let's use the guy actually saying it. So it's pretty sick. So we kind of like came together and he had produced it. And from that song, like when he had been like, you know, I'd mentored with him and been in the studio with him and stuff like that a lot. But then when I like sat down and watched him, there's just people that like naturally teach and they want you to learn. You know how there's other producers and they're just like they want all their secrets and they want to make it all complicated and stuff. And
mhm.
he's not like that. He's like, okay, like, and I just like watched him work and from that was like one of the mini steps of me becoming a producer because I'm like shit, that is fire. And then so that one was like I think that's the very first one on the album because from that is when I went and I produced like 10 songs. and
Oh
then
damn.
and then I brought him and I didn't even know if I was like that good or whatever. And then I brought him I was like, yeah, I have like 10 demos for you, like after he had to take a hiatus for like a month or two because of his family. And then I'm like, yeah, I have 10 demos. And then he's like, of course you do. And then I went over to his studio and played them and I thought he'd be like, oh yeah, you have good ideas here and like okay, let's redo them because that's like what everybody I'd bring my ideas to would be like, okay, like let's um like they usually redo my idea or I don't know, that's just I don't know if it was a growth thing or if it was like him believing in me, but then he's like, fuck, these are fire beats.
Mm,
And he's like, you remind me of like when I was starting out, which was like a huge compliment because this guy's worked with Nas, he's worked with Michael Jackson, Britney Spears. So like I was like, fuck, something is here. So then we took that those demos, and then he executive produced them, and then he had given me another track that he's like, "Oh, I gave this track was gonna go to Snoop Dogg like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. I don't know, it was something to do with Snoop Dogg." And I was like, "Can I hear it?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can have it." And then I wrote to it instantly. And that is like I swear it's my favorite song, probably because I didn't produce it. And it's like on the album. So I'm like so excited about the album. And
it was meant for Snoop. Like,
yeah, it's like fucking weird. I'm just like, okay, that's awesome. I think that maybe that's why it's my favorite song. But and then okay, literally I was ready and the pandemic hit and shit hit the fan with like my personal life and everything and everyone's fucking life. And luckily I didn't die of COVID, so that's positive. And I put it on hold. I put the album on hold, and I wrote Stand Up during the pandemic when all the protests broke out, and as we know, that whole thing happened. So Stand Up, and then I did Just Right because I wanted something super light and more fun because it was like too. So I had those two, and that's why we decided, okay, we're just gonna release with these two and see what happens. And then now I feel like it's time this year to figure it out and to release and stuff like that. I just don't want to get buried. Like I'm really excited to release, and I have like some really great team members, but I do still like I'm seeking more team members to really get my music out. I don't want to be buried because I know how good it is because I've been working my ass off for years, where I just want as many people to hear it as possible. So, as we all do, but like this one just means more to me, like the rebrand and that I produced it myself and that I had to wait. And yeah, so
I see, for me, like mixing is the most frustrating part of music for me. Like I genuinely don't enjoy it whatsoever. Like I
I
hate it so
I
much.
send out mix and mastering. Like I have to be there with the mixing engineer because mixing, is part of the art. They could mix it and make it sound completely different than what you wanted. So like I know how to mix. I know how to mix so that it can sound good, but like I don't trust myself enough to fully like mix yet. I'm like a very like I send it to like a professional engineer for mixing
Ah,
and mastering. Yeah.
see, that's what I gotta do. I'm fucking don't want to pay for it. I'm
Well,
so
if
like,
well like if it's a mixtape or if it's an EP, like I'm sure like we can do like as artists we know how to mix our shit. But like if it's an album, like you want to like invest in it, but like not
sure.
everything like like everyone loves like the lo-fi hip hop and shit like that. It doesn't you can mix it yourself as an artist. So it totally depends on like what you're going for. So at that time it was like there was no pandemic and it was album, and so I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna invest everything I have because we're gonna get an investor in the album for sure. Then the pandemic hit. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. And so I'm like, okay, I learned a lot of shit.
Yeah, when shit just unexpectedly happens that you could never, ever, ever, ever predict in a million
Yeah,
years, like a fucking pandemic. Like,
yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody was like predicting an economic collapse. But what think people are fighting in the comments right now. I have my phone blocking it. I'm like, what is going on right now? Are you guys fighting? Be nice, everybody. All right, everybody, be nice. Don't be
I
mean.
can't, as you can see, I can't multitask. So I'm like trying to
I'm,
focus on
I
you read, and then I'm like,
I could see like the first half of people's comments, and I'm just like, this. They're coming up too fast. Like I just heard somebody just said, "Lick my butthole." I don't know. Like things are going on in my chat that I'm not sure if I like it or not,
that
guys.
is hilarious.
Guys, and then he responded, "I will." All right, so I think things are okay.
I think so. What
Oh
about
man.
let's talk about your EP. That's coming out in March. I'm excited.
Probably end of April. That's what I'm
Oh, end of
thinking.
April.
Yeah, I'm really trying to make an NFT project. And I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because one of them said, "Come to my Discord," and the other said, "Come to my Discord, you geek." Like, fucking shut up, guys. Um,
These
yeah,
are
my
how is this more like entertaining than us? I'm very
it's
distraught.
it's not. It's just like distracting. It's
Wrong with you?
I love it though.
Yes,
Um,
NFT. Awesome. Yes, I'm making my album an NFT. Maybe I should have said that to you
ooh,
considering yeah.
how are you
Yeah.
doing it? And when are you
Sarah,
releasing your album?
we're in the works. We're talking about it right now, like, and we're figuring all this shit out. So I can't say yet. But Sarah is the one who's like got me into NFTs, duh.
S-
And she's the NFT master. So she's gonna do all that. I have
Yes.
enough on my plate.
Yes, Caster. NFTs are the big thing, and you should definitely release your next album as one. I will help you do it for free. Literally, I'll connect you with an artist, or you can design it yourself or collab with them. But yeah, what do you? So,
Oh.
Sarah, get the fuck on screen right now. What are you doing? I
Sarah,
don't care
go.
if you're not ready.
I
I'm
too
gonna
look like a little man when I'm not ready. So I get it.
a little man. I
I
doubt
don't know.
either one
I
of.
think she's like, who's the little man? You
Oh
are
yeah. Okay.
here. She freaked me out. I didn't know she was here.
All right, so Sarah, I sent you a StreamYard link, the same one to hop on the fucking live. You can be on your own screen if you want. You can even face the screen the other way if you want, but you need to talk because you are the NFT guru, and I'm still trying to figure out. I'm so hung up on what to do with my NFT side of on Instagram, Sarah. I'm so hung up on what to do with my NFT side of things that I haven't finished my album yet. Like I'm just using that as an excuse. It's
Sarah,
done being written. It's
yeah.
done being recorded, except two files went corrupt, and I got to re-record two songs. Really?
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't.
That's
I found those. I found
oh, okay,
those.
good.
So I got to
Yeah,
record
glad
one
that happened.
chorus, and I'm done recording.
Dope.
Um, but
Yeah, Sarah, we can use your expert advice.
yes, because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I am doing for my NFT. Like I had high aspirations as I always do because I'm a super dreamer. Way too much. My girl tells me all the time, like, no, Adam, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. All right, you're
Like, what
probably
do you
right.
mean?
So
Yeah.
like my idea at first was to create like a 3D avatar of myself and then create like metaverse music videos where like it's essentially a whole digital music video. So I would write a video treatment and then create a digital world music video for it. It's just
That is sick.
it would
But
be sick
isn't that like that sounds like a lot of work.
and money that I don't have.
Like that's awesome. But yeah, I think mine's going to be more simple.
Wait, what is Casher saying? Did you ever revise the song? No. So Amazing Grace, I have not uh redone that yet, that chorus. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to sing it. It's yeah, because like I was telling you, Casher, I really want to incorporate the Amazing Grace into it. So I'm like,
That's
I don't
sick.
know. I'm just waiting for a good day. It's a song for my nana, so it's really
Aw.
special. I've never done it really before, so
It's going to
it's
be on your album?
yeah, it's gonna be on the
That's
EP.
dope.
So I have 5 songs. I have one that's like about my girl, one that's about my nana, one that's kind of like I don't know, in my feelings. Another one about being a dad, and the other one about not wanting to be in my feelings.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's dope. So is it a cover or are you like is it like a remix or
For Amazing Grace.
yeah.
No, it's just included it like you saved me with your amazing grace, like that's
Oh,
in the
okay.
chorus. So like her favorite song was Amazing Grace.
Oh,
So I really wanted to incorporate that like into it.
oh, that's awesome. I'm excited for your album.
But it's
Or your
so like the way I wrote it is like I feel like I wrote it for Post Malone to sing it.
EP. Well,
and
write
and
all
I
of them
don't know
for free.
Post Malone. So I just gotta try to channel my inner Post Malone.
Well, I'm a vocal coach, so I got you, right?
I
That's
mean,
part of my artist services.
I,
That's what I
I
stepped up doing.
Cash is
So,
about to say he could use it.
yeah.
But it
Kind
sounds
of
like
do.
I see JJ Fish things in his set. All right, Casher, I am not that bad. She's heard my music. Come on. Yeah, it's funny. That's funny that you discovered my music from my last album because I feel like nobody listened to my last album. Like compared to all of my albums and projects I've ever released, that is by far the worst numbers I've ever done on an album. Like nobody listened to it. It has
Why
like
though? Did you must have taken a break or something.
massive break, wasn't
Well,
promoting it enough. I didn't do any music videos. It was just I don't know, just the whole culmination of things. And it's
yeah,
crazy
that
because when I someday when I die, people are gonna like I don't know, maybe I guess if I died when I'm 90, nobody's gonna care about an album I released when I'm 30. But so like
if
if I
I
died, I'm
die
like,
young.
yeah, if I die young, people are gonna listen back to that and be like, he was telling us some shit. And we didn't even know. It's gonna be that kind of thing for like a lot of the album. Like
I'm
that
so on that wave. I think maybe all of us artists like have this like I don't know, like I said something similar where I'm like, okay, if I die, can y'all just make sure to release my album? Like, please. Like if I die before I release it,
like please make sure I'm good.
just please make sure to release it and promote it.
Yeah.
Play it at my funeral. Like I really worked hard. I get it.
Yeah, and this next EP is like my album was really personal, but this whole next EP is like I don't know. I think I like really fed off of the last song that I made on my album, and it like kind of turned into this EP. Like I've never made a sad album in my life. Like
Okay.
this album's
Like
a little
emotional.
bit, yeah, yeah. It's very. That's why like I have like the Dad Life song in there because is like I had to lighten the mood, like even like my song about my girl gets dark at points, like because it's a very real song. But
Well, that's what people need right now too. Like people need obviously music for people that don't make music. It's cathartic, right? So I'm sure that this is the right time for that. And then what I find is like you obviously put so much into the last album and you're like seem disappointed in the listening or whatever, but people will go back now like with your EP and your promoting and stuff when they listen to that if they haven't heard the album yet, which it's sick, then they'll go back and listen to that. So, you know,
hmm sorry guys, I don't know what's up with all the ads. I really don't know what's up with all the ads. I know as an affiliate, like because I'm an affiliate, no big deal. I'm just
no
it is
big
no big
deal.
deal. It is no big deal. Because I'm an affiliate, it wanted ads, but you guys have been saying there's been like 7 ads, and I'm not a big fan of that. And especially if they're not paying me for those ads, I'm not a fan of that at all. Oh, it's because you're not subbed. Then be a fucking man and sub to my channel, Matt Spagucci.
I don't know enough about this. I like go on IG and TikTok. Like
Casher, I'm dying at this question right now. I'm fucking dying at this question. Why did you leave me and Matt off your album? I left everybody off my goddamn album. I was just saying before you got here, Casher, that I've been far too reliant upon. What's up, Ron? I've been far too reliant upon you for shit. Fucking balls. I've been too
upon
reliant on.
features.
Feature.
Features,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for finishing my sentence for me because I'm fucking everything up.
Because you broke. Are you drunk or high?
Neither. I'm just.
Good.
I'm-
Like, me neither. This is a vape, and I only vape like when I'm socially.
I
I'm
smoke
very. I'm.
always.
Oh well, no, because of I'm responsible with my singing. Because I actually had someone ask me. They're like, they're like, we saw you vape, and how do you keep your vocals, whatever? And I was like, I don't vape. Like I vape to look cool. Well, like when we're chilling, but like when I'm by myself, it's like you lose parts of your high range. You do.
It's true.
Yeah.
I always I
But
hate that you say that because like I constantly feel like there's like a frog in my throat because it's like I dab. I'm dabbing oil. Like I'm not ignorant to the fact that there's oil just probably caught in my throat at all times.
but
Like
your rap voice is I don't know, rapping is different. Like
yeah,
singing very high. That's what I'm talking about. You're good.
rapping
The
is
more rasp, the better. Like for rappers.
you saved me.
Woo! Okay, I have to hear your singing. We'll do that. We'll do a private session, a vocal lesson.
I mean, so I don't know if she's listening, but I made my fiance cry with the song I finally showed her. But
Oh, so
and
she's the
she
first
does
person.
not like my music.
Well, at least she's honest. That's a good relationship.
So
Honest.
I was like, hmm, I did a thing there. I did a thing
Good.
there.
So it's more, maybe it's more mainstream if she likes it.
It
Or do you think
I
it's just more emotional?
both, and it was very real, and it
Yeah.
was very like it wasn't just like, you know, I'm perfect, you fuck up. It was like a, like how am I even here type of song. Like
Yeah, yeah.
what the hell did I do to even like deserve a person like you? I'm a fuck up. Like
Aw, that's
that
cute.
type of song. So
That sounds cute. I'd like someone to write a song for me. One day it'll happen. One day.
Matt says she doesn't love it because it takes me away from her. She probably loves my music, just can't say it. Maybe. But vocal coach, I definitely want to work with you, especially on the song My Nana, because like I've halfway just thought about cheating and having my girl has an amazing voice. Like I can't lie. Like
Oh, she sings.
but like for fun with our kid, like singing Disney songs and stuff. And I'm like, and Casher knows, like she did a song with us back in Colorado. We got her drunk and got her got her to sing with us, and it was really good.
Oh,
And
that's awesome. Well,
like,
it's cute to incorporate, like, that'd be cute. But you said you want to do it. That's the point.
yeah, I don't want any features. I mean, I could be like Eminem and just have a random girl on my feature that nobody knows, like not ever name her. She said she.
Me?
I've also like I thought about just having her sing it, but yeah, I really wanted to like be a part of it. It's just I got to figure out the way to. I feel like I almost get there. It's like I get halfway through the note and then my voice is like, "What are we doing?"
Like, I'm a rapper. What
Are
the
we
fuck
doing?
is this?
Who are we even? Like, yeah, I say that
Um,
all the time. Like, if like 15-year-old me listened to me now, I would smack me. Like, it's it's
well, I
great.
got you. We can do like a we can do a Zoom thing. You can sing it. I'll get you where you need. And then obviously you have to melodyne everything. Everybody does.
Yeah,
So then you just make it
yeah.
perfect and we're good.
See, so if I could sing it better, Casher, and then all I want you to do is mix and master that chorus. Like you don't have to do the whole song. I did the verses really like I remixed the verses, and they sound really fucking good now. I was actually seeing if I had that version mixed down. I don't. Um, but it sounds really fucking good. The verses are like perfection. It's just the chorus. That's it. Like
Because it's
I
the chorus is singing, right?
exactly, and like I was saying to you, because I relied on Casher so much for choruses, I feel like it made me weak in choruses. Like
So
I
he sings, "This is your buddy here that is
yeah, this is like
commenting
my
hilarious
brother.
shit." Okay,
Yeah.
hi. I'm gonna follow you after. Yeah,
Yeah, his
he's
music,
hilarious.
by the way, his music is way better than mine. I
I have to
like
hear. I'm.
it's really good. Like even better than Matt. Sorry, love you, Matt. Like Casher makes the best music out of pretty much. I'm trying to think if it's pretty much or if it's not pretty much.
Okay, I'm
Out
gonna
of
go.
every artist I think I've ever worked with or
Yeah.
talked to or anything, like big facts. I was trying to think because like Cash, it's like you, Picasso's up there because Picasso's got like a crazy sound to him.
I'm
Um,
like going to Spotify to follow him.
yeah. We have an album. Shameless plug.
So he
You're
was
wel-
on your stuff then, or no, not the one I heard. That's why I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Usually,
because you
t-
said right.
typically you would hear him. Like my last two albums, I feel like I've done really good about having choruses and whatnot, not relying
Yeah.
on other people for them. That's why my choruses haven't been as good. But like even like the best chorus, one of the best choruses I've written from our song "Moving," he wrote it.
Oh,
Like I
oh,
went outside to smoke and I came back in and he's like, "All right, I want you to sing this." I'm like, "I can't do that." He's like, "Yes, you can. Just try it." And then he was like, "All right, not like this, like this." Okay. And then I did it that way. He's like, "All right, where now do it this way. All right, now match that. All right, now do it this
so
way."
he's a vocal producer. Yeah, he's like vocal producing you as well.
Yeah, yeah,
And a
definitely.
songwriter. Yeah, that's so important. That's something else I learned. I didn't know that was a whole thing when, and then I was like became a vocal producer as well because I had somebody I sent off my I'm trying to find him and I can't fucking do two things at once on Spotify and I put in his name. Why can't I find him? Oh,
Kashar. Oh, you
yeah.
probably put the king in with it. It's just Casher.
Oh, I found him. Okay, I followed him. I've already followed you, I believe. I hope so. Let me make sure. Okay, I just followed him. Excited to hear his shit.
Yeah, especially House of Roses, that EP that he put out. Like, it's a perfection album. Like, literally front to. I've listened to that album probably like 500 times.
Yeah, I'm excited. I always
No
love.
cap.
Okay.
You said Sarah's sister, as if her name isn't right there, Casher. Her name is same as me. You could call her by her artist name. You don't call her by her fucking real name, okay?
Don't make me play that song again. Okay. Yeah, I just
Susan.
followed you, bro. I'm gonna hear your stuff. Um,
Wait, hold on. As, asthma. What? I'm blanking
Esma.
on your Esma. Fuck. I wanted to say asthma. Esma. That's her real name, but you don't get to call her that, Casher. All right.
I
God
want to
damn
make
it.
sure I'm following you. What's your artist name? Is it just
It's ATAK. A-TAK.
because I must have that day I listened to the whole album when Sarah sent it to me.
Facts, bro. Don't make me go
Yeah,
soprano.
I'm following you. We're good. Oh, you remembered my lyric?
He did. He
Rapper.
quoted your lyric. That's fucking epic. It's a good sign. So you said, are you going on tour still? Like you said, you were planning it before the pandemic and everything. Are you like planning a tour again with this new album?
Yeah, so I did like I hopped on luckily. Okay, so I met a bunch of these artists when I uh when was it? It's only been like 4 months maybe now, but when you meet people and you just like you're like, we are kindred souls.
Mm-hmm.
So like I met this artist and he goes by Core 36 and he's like, "Oh, I'm putting together this collective and this company." And I was like, "Okay." And then like he's hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Is it cuz I'm Arab? Okay, cuz there's other porn stars you
Ooh.
could have said.
Wow, Cash, did you do that? Was that on purpose or
Is that
nah?
on purpose?
You're just a freak.
Okay. There's like all these. Okay. So point is we met up and then also the everyone he brought together is like super dope and it's not just like dope in this fact of being a good artist but like the energy has to be there. Like I don't give a fuck how good you are. If you have like negative energy or negative attitude, I don't give a shit. So like everyone's
Hmm.
super positive and super talented. And then yeah, I was shocked at again, because I came from like Toronto and I was like being a snob and shit. So I was like, please. And then like he's like so dope. And then other artists he's bringing in are so dope. So I'm like, okay, so clearly things changed over like the 6 years I was in Toronto and everyone's dope here now. So it's good. It's positive. So why was I saying this?
We were talking about your tour.
Yes. So he got me on, he was touring with an artist out of here, and then I hopped on his tour pretty much. And we toured. Do you know Drake? He does music. Okay. I don't actually. I've never heard of him before. So let's focus on me now. So we toured Alberta. And it was fun. And yeah, so now we are going to be planning a tour for this year, but it's with the pandemic. I don't know what the rules are. Like I want to go and I want to go perform in Toronto and BC, but because of the pandemic, I can't really, again, I can't say what's going to happen. But yes, hopefully we do tour. We will see.
That's kind of the goal for my album. Like, I really,
Yeah.
with the NFT money, my only goal is to go on tour, and not even like a huge tour. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
think what I would do is like the 10 to 15 cities where the most buyers of my tokens were. That's where I'd go on tour. Like,
that's smart. Yeah.
if it was in the States, maybe I would love to travel abroad, but I don't know. With all this shit that's going on with the vaccines and stuff, I'm scared.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
That yeah.
so that's like the only thing I feel like I haven't done in music, like that. I feel like I could fucking really like just okay. Now I make music completely for fun, like, or maybe we blow up off of that, like because I I love the fact that I did fuck up, Matt. I didn't shout out my other brother, SameAsMe. He's like it's me, Casher, and him that are like the three amigos. We run shit.
Okay.
Um, and they're both better than me, which sucks, but it's probably because I took a big break, and I'll catch up and smoke them on songs some more. But they do leave me like they're creating an album right now called Left on Red 2, and I was left off Left on Red 1 because of all the shit going down with my business partner, honestly, and there it seems like they don't want it on Left on Red 2, but I mean.
I just I followed him as well. I'm excited. Damn,
Hell
that's
yeah.
yeah.
His second follower on Spotify, Matt. There you go. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm the
pretty
first.
much I'm a brand new artist, right? So it's like because I'm starting all over. I removed all my old stuff and I was a completely different artist. And I did go just by Esma before. So I'm pretty much a brand new artist, and even on all the, on all the
Did you like
platforms.
delete everything and then
Yeah,
start over?
yeah, I removed everything when I knew that I was like trying to find what I was looking for. And then I found it in this album. So
See, I did that. I changed my name and all that, and then my friends forced me to go back to my old name. So
well, if you had something with if it wasn't like mine was like a different, I was a different even person and artist, like, right? So, and a
true.
different sound and everything. And I was I don't know how much, if yours was just like, oh, I want to switch my name, but like mine was like, okay, that person is gone and we're starting over. And I think it's like it was like it felt good too, because like when you let go of something, like it's kind of like you let go of something in your past and like we're going forward now with this, and this is like a new chance and a new beginning type thing. So it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt good, and then they made me go back to my old name. So no,
Why?
it's
What was the
it.
other one?
I've always been ATAC since like 2003, 4
Damn.
when I got my name. Like, and I changed it to Vortex, and I changed it for a few reasons. One, low key, I wanted to change it because kind of like you're saying, like ATAC was like me that got me through depression. Like it kept me from killing myself because of music.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like that's me anymore. And the music that I'm making, ATAC would have punched me in the mouth for. Like, so
I
it
get
didn't
it.
feel
Yeah.
it didn't feel like that anymore. So like I became Vortex. It never really caught on. People didn't like it. Even my best friends were like, "That ain't it." My girl was like, "That ain't it." I'm like, "Ah, whatever, dude. Like, just don't
So you
care."
so you went back.
So I went back.
But
Yeah.
I think it's important to trust like your inner circle for stuff like that. Like I know there's like a line where it's like you make a track and people don't like it and you love it, but at the same time like aren't we all just trying to like make dope music for our people and then hope it gets out, like you want your people to fuck with it, you know what I mean? Like I'm
Mhm.
excited to go like and show like my homies like my track and I hope that they fuck with it. Like it's like that's where even hip hop, that's how hip hop even started. Like that
Mm.
you want your people to love it and then it will like you kind of care about them more. So I think it's, I don't know, I like your name. Like I fucks with it. Vortex sounds like a villain to me. Like a superhero villain.
You're not the first person to say that. That's why I'm laughing so hard. Like, fuck.
That like
Ah.
that's gonna be the next variant
Somebody said it
of
sounds like
the
an out of
pandemic.
shape superhero or something like that. Like
It's
I was
gonna
like,
be the
God,
next variant.
the Vortex variant. Oh
Yeah.
my oh,
Oh
she's
god.
roasting me on my own show. I love it.
I'm
Yeah, who are
I'm
you?
honest.
Who are you to talk about names, Matt? You left the name off there, Raiden Mystical. That was your first name. I'll never let you forget it. Raiden
We didn't
Mystical, and
miss.
then Organic, and then Organic Massachusetts, and then Organic Massachusetts MG, and now you're OMAS MG.
Well, he got there. It took him some time, but now it sounds dope.
Hey, Cash, Matt is definitely down to at least a 1X. Come on. Give him credit. Matt is not fat anymore. Like, you can't call him fat anymore.
You
He's
can't use fat anymore.
or you can't say fat anymore.
Thick.
He makes fun of him all the time because Casher used to be heavier, and
His
now
tip.
he's looking sexy again, looking like he joined the Marine Corps. You know, like fucking looking all fit and shit. It's probably from the massive amounts of cocaine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Same as me does not condone drugs.
Ah, shit! I was about to do a dab. Oh. But yeah, so what is next with your music then?
Yeah, so actually I have a meeting. We have a meeting next week. Um after like the performance, just focusing on that end of the month, then February is when like my team and I are going to figure like everything out for the rest of the year. Um so I'm like trying not to read it and just trying to answer like I like need that thing like that the horses have.
She needs the cone that dogs
I
have so they
swear,
don't
but
lick
I
their
get
nuts.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so once I know like all the dates and everything is set, and then also we know that because of the pandemic and everything, we have to kind of just go with the flow. But I'll let you know once I like set the date of like release of, but I think I'm gonna do single by single. Like I don't think I'm gonna drop the whole project.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking right now. So
So you don't have a date at all in mind. You don't have like a Q1, Q2, Q3.
no, I have to
You're
figure
just
all this.
sitting on it. All right, I respect it.
Well,
Casher was
no
giving me
comment, no
shit
comment.
because I was I was I was supposed to release it on December 19th, and I probably could have, but I couldn't have released it as an NFT on December 19th. So he's like, "When do you think you're gonna push back to?" And I said April, and he's like, "What the fuck, dude? How do
How
you
does
push
it
it
go
back?"
from December 19th? November.
No, her birthday
Next year.
is April 26th, my nana. So like
Oh,
December 19th was when she passed away. April
oh,
26th was her birthday. So I'm aiming
okay.
for April 26th to have it release. Um
Okay, that makes sense. That's beautiful, actually.
he
That's such a
said
good
I'll
idea.
likely I'll likely release a solo album before you do your album. My album is done. All right, fucker. I have one chorus left, and my album is officially done. Done. Um, which the mixing still doesn't sound as good as either one of you guys' mixing does, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, you still have time, and I like why you chose that date. So I think that that's important.
Yeah, and now I just got to figure out what I'm doing. Like Sarah never came on; she just completely ignored me, and now hasn't commented, so she's hiding. I'm just kidding. She's
But she
commented.
will. No, she will.
Um,
For sure. Oh my gosh, Uzi, that's been so long. So I think she will help, like, but because she's not ready, she won't come on here. But yeah, she'll help you for sure. She's helping me with that, and
no,
I'm
I
just
know.
I'm gonna do things more simple. Like I have all my album artwork and everything, and like they are NFTs
Mm,
themselves, but I do like this like 3D stuff I'm seeing. I love it.
that's what I want to
Uh
do.
yeah, like just something super simple in 3D, but like so I don't know, I have to talk to people and see and
I saw this dude who's working with like Oculus and Facebook, and I'm like, I want you to do my music videos, but then he's like, all right, $500 for a consultation. I was like,
you're like I know.
wait,
I know
first of
that's
all, where are people even seeing Sarah? I've looked the whole time. Maybe it's because I'm like looking at you that I just haven't noticed her moving in the
I didn't
background.
know like she's
How
okay.
are
She is here like in another that's another room there. Like there's a door in another room and there's like a
how?
desk. So she's over here. I don't know how maybe she popped up here and someone saw her and she looked like a ghost and freaked people out. I don't know.
Oh my god, she pops in at the end of the coach. Wait, what are we doing here, guys? At the end of the coach, sitting
Fuck,
against
I
the
should have got
armrest. Oh, did you mean couch,
ginger
not
beer.
coach?
What did
Should
I
have got.
say?
Your sister was sitting on the armrest of your couch.
No, she wasn't. She's like she's not even in this area. She's in there. That's a whole other area.
I told her to wave and she did. It was awesome. What?
I don't even see her hand.
I think he's making it up. I'm gonna be honest here.
I don't see her.
I think Casher's making it up.
Anyways, y'all follow me on IG.
Yeah, where can people
I
find you?
oh yeah. Instagram is like my main thing. I'm starting Twitter. I do love Twitter. Or not Twitter, sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry. I do not love
Um,
Twitter because Twitter deleted my account when I was doing covers. I guess you're not allowed to do covers on Twitter.
what the fuck?
You're not
Why?
allowed. This was a while ago, so like my Twitter has like no one cuz they deleted it.
Hold on.
So,
So I could show my entire asshole on Twitter, but you can't cover a song.
yeah, so I was posting covers not knowing directly and I guess they don't have the licensing. I don't know if it changed cuz they deleted this a while ago. So after that I got pretty like, I'd built it up. I had a lot of followers and so I was like, okay, so I focus on IG and then now I'm starting TikTok cuz it's so fucking fun. So, I think like if you like a platform, you'll be good at it, but if you hate it, you don't. So, I'm focused on IG and it's like yeah, you have it right. It's at who is same as me on IG and on TikTok. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for your album. I hope it comes out soon. I hope it's like the next 3 to 6 months at least, and not past
Yeah.
there.
No, I hope
But
yeah, no, it'll be like single to single and we'll see. Or maybe
but
I'll one day just freak out and drop it cuz the pandemic got me all fucked up. And just be like, you know what? I'm probably gonna die of COVID. So everyone just listen to my album and fuck this shit. That might happen too.
all of a sudden it blows up. Pretend you just fake your death like Tupac. Like
Oh, I wish.
right.
Okay.
That would be so fire. I do think Castro has a point though. We definitely need to collab this year. That needs to be happen, especially since your album is done. Like you're not making music on it actively. Like it's the music part is done.
Yeah.
You're pretty freed up, I feel like. And I'm basically done, and I feel like what I need to finish can lead into whatever we do.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to collab. And I'm
But yeah.
excited to listen to your frenemies.
No, they're just my best friend, so they
I
gotta shit
know.
on me. And
No,
Cash is
I'm
like a Marine, you know what I mean? So he's like, he just got that mentality where like if you love somebody, you make fun of them to death.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does your album drop again? She doesn't know. She's working on the NFT side of things and figuring it all out to do the release. But that would be fire to do one of my dates in Canada. That would be dope. I would love to come to Canada.
Oh my
Uh,
god, that'd be
Do I have
awesome.
to be vaccinated to come to Canada?
I think you just, if I'm not mistaken, I have to see the travel stuff, but isn't it that you just have to prove that you don't have it? Like you do the test, not the
Oh,
rapid one.
oh,
I
that'd be
I
fire.
yeah, I think because there are people that are exempt from the vaccine, and then there's people that the ones that don't want it. Like I know that here in Alberta right now, if you're exempt or you don't want to take the vaccine, all you have to do is to go out and about. You just have to prove you don't have COVID. So you just have to have a test done within 3 days.
Hmm.
So I think that that's fair. I think the only thing, like, you have to pay for the test. So I'm guessing that maybe they're gonna. I hope they start doing some sort of subsidy for that. I think that's more than fair for the choice. I think you can do that with travel too. I'm not sure though. I have to look into it because I haven't even looked into my travel stuff to go to Toronto and see people. It's been like over a year now, and to go to LA. So
You know what's crazy is I'm literally getting charged by my health insurance for not having the vaccine.
yeah, so is that
Like you were
for
talking about like it'd be cool to have a subsidy that pays people back for the testing. My health
yeah.
insurance is like, "Oh, you don't want to get it? You're exempt from getting it?" Oh, okay. Fuck you. You're paying $25 every 2 weeks cuz you don't want to get it.
Oh, so you have to pay an extra 50 a month even with the testing or without?
They don't care just cuz I
Oh,
don't
so
have
they're
it.
adding so they're adding it. Yeah, yeah. So same thing where here you have to pay 40 bucks. So if you want to go do anything, you have to pay 40 bucks to make sure that you don't have it to get
It's like
in. So
$400 a month. That's crazy.
yeah, no, it's definitely, like I said, like I just want the safety of everyone. So like I agree with, if you're exempt or you don't want to get it, to turn into MSNBC COVID special. Yeah. I agree with having to prove that you don't have it, like if you're around others, but yeah, to pay every time to prove it is, I think there should be something, definitely, because like that's not affordable. It's like
Yeah.
every 3 days you'd have to get a test to go somewhere.
Yeah, or
So
like
I don't know. I
if
think
you
they're
had
maybe
COVID, you're
figuring it out.
like exempt from the testing and everything for like 3 months or something like that. However long the antibodies last, because you
Oh, you can't get it again in 3 months? I thought you can get it.
but you can get it when you're vaccinated.
Yeah, and you can get it again even if you have COVID.
Yes, but the antibodies
Oh, they
for the
last or
natural will,
something?
yeah, they'll be
Oh,
stronger
I
to fight
see.
against it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, for 3 months. Okay. I stopped listening to the news when a long time ago.
I don't
I'm
listen to
just
the news at
like
all.
yeah, I just got this, like, probably sounds really bad, but like it got too scary. So I'm just like, I'm super safe. I wear my mask. I got my vaccine. That's what I'm comfortable with. And I'm just like grateful I can go perform
Yeah,
next week. So let's hope, fingers crossed, nothing fucks up, but
for real.
I'm excited to perform. And yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to perform again too. It's been so fucking long.
It was so long until I got back on stage. So I thought, I was like, oh my God, please don't suck. And then I killed it. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Because it's
You're like, I
like,
did it.
because I'm like in a studio for it was years because of my album. And then the pandemic shut everything down. So yeah, thank God I'm still good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you come up with next, and we definitely will get a collab. Um, and I'll definitely have you on the show again once you drop your album so we could talk about it more and show
Yes.
people some more songs.
And next time I will bring liquor. Oh,
Next
by
time
the
I'll
end,
bring
by the end, I'll be wasted, and then it'll be way funner.
That's hilarious. Don't Look Up movie. You guys should watch the Don't Look Up movie. I've heard
I
good things
did.
about that.
It
Oh,
was fucking awesome. It was,
interesting.
yeah, it was really good. It was like the whole thing was pretty much talking about how we are pretty much killing ourselves on the planet, like with our climate change, and we're not doing enough. And then they related that to like a big like asteroid gonna hit the earth type thing. I thought it was awesome and frightening because I feel like yeah, everyone should watch it. I thought it was
Sure.
a really smart way to show people how like what we're actually doing to the planet and how slow moving we are and how all we care about is money and
Preach.
not like not the fact that we're all fucking gonna be homeless and dead.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a good place to end the interview. Just kidding.
Yeah, let's end it on a high note, guys.
Oh
The
my
government
lord.
hates us and we're all gonna die. Have a good night.
When did this
But yeah,
turn into the news? I just said I
right.
don't want I'm not watching the news out of fear.
Look, see, and then you got people doing this and they're ruining the planet. So
Thank you for making it light. I just ripped a huge fart into the ozone layer. King. How do you say his name? How do you say his
Casher.
Casher?
His family is Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken. Lebanese and Portuguese, even though he's not proud of the Portuguese part.
What's wrong with that? People always think I'm actually Portuguese or I'm Latin. I never get the Arab look.
I'm Portuguese. I'd say we look like we could be related. You know,
Yeah.
like it's the
Yeah.
olive skin tone. But he's a ginger. Like he got the shit end of the stick. So
He's an Arab ginger?
I mean, yeah. Yeah,
That's
I guess essentially I
awesome.
never looked at it that way. You really are a fucking anomaly, Casher.
I do have a lot of not redheads, but a lot of cousins that are like super blonde. As my blonde is obviously fake.
You said
Wow.
wow.
Wow, period.
Wow. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off before this gets too out of control between Casher and Matt and Ebenezer in the chat.
I will only agree to come back if he's back on dropping his shit like this because it's hilarious.
He probably will be. He likes to do this once in a while. It's
Awesome.
fun. But yeah. Make sure you guys tune in next week. I can't check who the guest is. Oh wait, yes I can. Bye Instagram. So the guest next week is, let me look at my calendar of people because I'm super important. Okay, notes. I'm not gonna pay for you, so go away. Oh my god, that's hilarious. My boy Kevin is coming on the show next week, guys. We call him, I don't know if we're allowed to call him anymore but his name for a long time was Kev Daddy, and he's one of my best friends. I forgot I scheduled him on the show, like as just like a hangout and joke around and fucking have fun. So that should be a good time, guys. If you're tuning in next week, bring your fucking drinks. You'll need them for Kev Daddy. Why is Kevin on the show? Because why not? Joe Rogan has his comedian friends that don't have any like cool talents or whatever besides being a comedian.
I'm pretty sure being a comedian is like the hardest shit ever.
I'm gonna do it. By the way, I have
That's
a 10
fucking
minute set written, and I
Oh
really
my
want to perform
gosh.
it. I really want to perform it.
Comedians like props. It's fucking hard to make people laugh.
I've performed for 5 people. It can't get worse for that.
I would like to see your set.
He looks like what happens when pee dries on the bottom of the toilet bowl after you miss. What? I want to do rand up. All right, I want to do stand up in a random city where no one knows me. Now I want to like do it for my friends and see if they laugh. See, the thing about it is I did it for one of my friends, my former business partner. I did my 10-minute routine for, and he tried not to laugh. Like I saw him smirk a couple times and smirk, and then one of the times he literally was like, like
Oh, good. Yeah,
just
that's
like,
how you know your worst critics, I think. Well, sometimes like families like super supportive when you suck, but certain families aren't, which
yeah.
is good.
And
Like
I
mine.
feel like most of it is like delivery. And like that's
Yeah,
the easiest
definitely.
part where I've been performing like my whole life. And
Yeah.
I'm not dumb enough to go up there without being on mushrooms. So I will definitely be on mushrooms.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I will see. I will I will be there
I'm
when you do it. I would like to witness
gonna
this.
do a comedy tour on like when I do my music tour, we're gonna do some comedy too. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Make sure you guys tune in next week for my buddy Kevin. It's gonna be a shit show. I can't wait. As always. Oh, make sure you guys follow Same as Me. Follow her
Yes.
everywhere. It's who is Same as Me on Instagram. You can find all the rest of her links from there. Make sure you guys support her album when it comes out. I'll be posting about it. I'll have her on. I'll probably leave a slot open whenever you tell me you're releasing it, just to have you
Awesome.
on. And as always, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Casher, Matt, I see you guys. You wouldn't get ads if you subscribe to my channel. So for $10 a month, you could support a good cause. Like what did Adam say? So we can get new equipment or fix my camera, which is going to cost $400. Yippee. So tune in next week for more fun times. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Good vibes.